Now, the original plan had been to shoot this, which is some very old Kodak Tmax. It's 120 film, and it's an ISO 100 or ASA 100. Now, this is quite old. I bought this really cheap on TradeMe, which is New Zealand's version of eBay. And I wanted to go and shoot this, but I don't exactly know how old it is. I think it's about 20 years old. It could be even older than that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some photos of this, and I will put the photos at the end of this video. And if you guys can check them out and give me your estimate or guesstimate on the age of the film, so then I can adjust the Hasselblad accordingly. I know it's a stop for every decade for black and white film, but again, I don't even know if this stuff has been stored in the fridge. I do keep it in the fridge now, but yeah, that will be quite interesting. So if you guys can check out the photos at the end of this video and let me know how old you actually think this film is, so then I can go out and shoot it. I'm guessing I'm going to need a really bright sunny day because this is quite old film. This will be quite interesting, so please let me know what you think, and then I can get this video done on these 2 rolls of really old Tmax. I know somebody's going to ask this, why shoot old expired film? Because it's fun, and why not? If you don't shoot it, it's just going to be wasting away and it will never get used, and that's the whole point of film, is to use the film. And it's quite interesting the results you get, especially with expired film, and especially how people have stored it. I've had some expired film a few years ago that somebody had kept in the shed for many years, and yeah, it had quite a weird effect to the photos. So don't forget to check out the photos at the end of this video and let me know, if you can, how old you actually think this film is. Right, now let's get on with what this video is about. Probably the most requested first film is HP5 from ILFORD and Kodak Tri-X 400 or 400 TX, some people call it. They're both box speed 400 and they've been shot at box speed 400. What I do with my videos is I use my Hasselblad 503 CW and 2 backs. So I set the focus up, all done, and then I use my little tiny Sekonic 308 light meter, which is a really good reliable light meter. The Hasselblad 503 doesn't have an internal light meter. You can get one in I think one of their prisms, but apart from that it doesn't actually have any light meter, so you do need an external light meter. I know there's some people that do shoot the Hasselblad without a light meter, and I don't actually know how they do that and how they get good results, because I always need a light meter. And little 308 is a very reliable light meter. It's very small, it's compact, and it only uses 1 AA battery, and they last forever. So I used the light meter to get the exposure settings, and then I set it on the lens, I make sure the focus is correct, and I take 2 shots. 1 shot with the HP5 and 1 shot with the Kodak Tri-X. And as I take each shot, I put the dark slide back in and I swap the backs over, so they're almost identical. I did have a little bit of a problem this time. My tripod head's playing up a little bit, my Really White Stuff tripod head, and it's moving a little bit. I'm going to have to get it readjusted and retightened up. So there are a slight difference in the photos, but it was the best I can do in the situation. They're not out that much, but you might see a slight difference in the photos. So you'll see a slideshow now, and as always, the slideshow will start with the color checker. Now there will be a color photo in the middle taken with a digital camera, and then either side will be one of the film photos. And you can actually see how the film affects the grayscale on the color checker and how it affects different colors as well, if you want to check it out. Now there'll also be a link to those 3 photos of the color checker in a Dropbox folder, which will be linked down below in the description, and there'll also be some other photos from the HP5 and the Tri-X in that folder as well, so you can check them out for yourself. Now, before I talk about the film and which one's my favorite and why, I want to talk about how I develop my film and also how I turn my negatives into a digital format for the slideshow. Now, both rolls of film I put into the same tank with the same chemical, so they're developed at exactly the same time. And then I dry the film, and then I use my Panasonic S1R and my Canon 100mm macro lens to turn them into a digital file. And then that file is processed through Negative Lab Pro. If you've not checked out Negative Lab Pro, I'll put a link down below in the description. It's an amazing software which makes life really easy, and all the settings are exactly the same, so there's no difference. So the variation between the two films is the two films' characteristics. I do know that you can use different software and get a different look, and I also know you can use different developers and it will work better with different films. I didn't want to do that in these videos with these films. I wanted to do a very quick and easy test so you guys can see the difference between the two films, because a lot of labs just use a standard black and white chemical, to be truthful. You can get some labs to use a certain chemical for you, but that will cost you. But most people can't afford to do that. So the idea is just to test the two films side by side so you guys can see the difference and see which one you prefer. Now, talk about the film. I like HP5, but I will always use Kodak Tri-X400. It's the most versatile black and white film you can get. I love the look of the blacks, the contrasty, punchy look, and it always looks sharper to me. It's an amazing film. I'm so happy we can still get this film. HP5 has its purpose. I must admit, I probably like this more for portraits. It's better for skins for me. But for street photography, architecture, or general types of photography, it will always be Kodak Tri-X for me. I just think it's a really, really good, reliable film. Now, which film do you prefer? HP5 or Kodak Tri-X? And why do you prefer it? Let me know down below in the comment section. Now remember, with all my film videos, you have a chance to win these two rolls of film. This is a roll of 120 HP5 and Kodak Tri-X in 120. Now all you have to do is like the video, comment on the video, and subscribe to my channel. And then in a couple of weeks, I will pick a winner, I will contact you, and then I will send you these two rolls anywhere in the world free of charge. You don't have to pay for anything. So you can try the film for yourself. Now, before I end this video, don't forget to check out the photos at the end of this video on this really old Kodak Tmax 100 film. Let me know how old you think it is. A guesstimate will be fine. It'll be a rough guess. There is no expiry dates on this film, so I don't actually know how old it is. And again, I don't know how it's been stored. But let me know down in the comments on how old you think this film is. Now, coming up in a few weeks will be a video on this, which is probably the most expensive film you can buy, which is Fujifilm FP100C, discontinued. Can't get any more. These are kept in the fridge. And these expired in 2018, mid 2018. Now I have a couple of packets. Now I'm going to do a review on this because I have a Polaroid back for my Hasselblad. I'm going to shoot one pack and I'll give you my thoughts of it and yeah, talk about the process of it. And it's a real shame you can't get this anymore. And then this pack you can win. Basically, when that video comes out, all you have to do on that video is to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. It's as easy as that. You like and comment on the video, and you subscribe to my channel, and you could win this pack of film. I will send it anywhere in the world. These are selling for over $200 US. It's an incredibly expensive film, and it's just a shame they don't make it anymore. So that video will be coming in a couple of weeks. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe now, and then you get a notification when that video comes out. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you so much for watching.